As Ricardo said, I am here with you to share today on how you can not only level up your repeat and referral business, but also use technology to leverage it. Because obviously we can only do so much as one person. So I'm going to start with a little bit on my background on how I've built a referral business. That top picture there, as you see, I started as a 21-year-old realtor. So I had no business selling homes to anyone. God bless anyone that worked with me at that point. I also apparently should still have beef with my friends because no one told me I had horrible extensions and you shouldn't wear cheap Forever 21 jewelry in your headshot. But anyway, we'll roll with it. I also will proudly say I'm a geriatric millennial. So I grew up in an age where we didn't depend on technology, but am now very used to using it. I am located in the Bay Area in California. So I was born and raised in my area. So I'm deeply immersed in the community that I live in, which has also helped build a referral business. I'm very passionate about building and connecting. So one of the ways I've built a business by referral, aside from leveraging technology, is getting myself immersed in the community and connecting with small business, other local agents, and then my areas of interest. I've been in about every aspect of the business. So I started on a team. I then went to being a solo agent. I then went on to build a team. And now I very proudly run one of the highest producing all-female teams in Northern California. I know we have a bunch of our team members on here. These ladies are rock stars. I'm very proud to be in business with them. And we run a business 86% by referral, which is a very large percentage. So I'm going to share with you a few of the ways we've done that. And I am a legacy realtor. So that picture in the bottom there is not by accident. That is my grandmother. So she is 85 years old. She's been a realtor for 40 plus years. That was actually at a real estate event yesterday. But she is the queen of relationship building. So that's where I learned it from initially. And you see that sticker in the bottom. If you know, you know. You've seen it. You can't unsee it. I will never use those, but she is a Buffini disciple. So that is where I got my groundwork. I'm very grateful that Tom decided to open for me. I am now a Tom Ferry client. So thank you so much, Tom. It's an honor. He's probably like, who the hell is this crazy woman? Don't worry, I will still pay my coaching bill. It's all good. But yeah, so that's kind of my background and how I got into business by referral. So through my grandmother, I then got into the Buffini program, which is all about personal touches, as we know. So before we talk about how we scaled that, we need to talk about the foundation of any referral relationship. So that's VCP, visibility, credibility, which then leads to profitability. So how do we establish those things? Because you obviously just can't jump into a relationship with someone. You have to work your way there. So starting with visibility. For us, the way we've leveraged tech for visibility is social media. You heard Tom talk about it. Social media is huge right now. It is the easiest way to get in front of the most amount of people for free or with a low ad spend. So social media for us, the way we're using it to create visibility is I go by the 80-20 rule. So if you follow us on social media, it's about 80% personal for myself or any of our agents and 20% real estate. Everyone assumes if you are a realtor and they are in contact with you that you should know how to do your job. They want to know if they like you. This is a big relationship that you're going to be in. So they want to make sure that you're someone you can relate with. And this is a way you can build relationships with people that you're not just getting in front of. We can only get in front of so many people at once. But now with things being web-based, you can get in front of thousands of people at once, increasing your chances of finding those people you're going to want to work with. The kind of content we're posting is to entertain, educate, and inspire. So that is how we get engaged with people. And I always say, you need to make sure that you're being yourself. Then you'll find your people. A lot of times we're afraid to put ourselves out there because we feel like we need to be professional or we need to present in a certain way. I mentioned I started at 21. So I had this limiting belief that I needed to show up as this really buttoned up, polished businesswoman. I couldn't have any personal life. I just needed to share those Canva templates that we all know, saying the homes that I had sold. As soon as I started showing up with my personality as myself, that is when I truly started bringing in clients from online and repeat clients from online. I know a lot of you know Ricardo or Barry. I mean, I think when I met these guys, I was wearing a purple sequin blazer, and they're like, we don't know who you are, but we think you're cool. So we want to be friends. So that's kind of how I've attracted my tribe through showing up on social. And here's some examples of ways that this has brought me in business very recently. So, hi, Lauren, wanted to reach out because I had some questions about buying and wanted to see if it's possible to start looking for a home. Please let me know if you have time to talk. Hi, Lauren, my name is Nancy. Got your information from a coworker. My fiance and I are looking to move to the Bay Area. We've been looking for places in Martinez and I want to get serious. So I wanted to reach out to a real estate agent. Let me know if we can work together. Hi, Lauren. My name is Dea and I am interested in purchasing. Can you give me steps or refer me to a reputable lender? Hi, Lauren. My husband and I are moving out of our condo in Walnut Creek and are interested in listing it. Please let me know if we can connect. And lastly, hi, Lauren. I have clients looking to sell their home in Danville to move back to Calgary, Canada. I'm their realtor in Calgary and trying to find a great agent to use. Let me know if you're interested. So these are all people I didn't know previously, but because of the way I was visible on social, they reached out to me to engage in business. And a point I want to make to you also, that last one's an agent from Canada who sent me a client for our local market this month that we're now listing. So agent relationships are important for visibility as well. Credibility. So how do we then build credibility with these people that we're engaging with? We do it by sharing educational pieces and social proof. So you heard Tom talk a little bit about social proof. Obviously, education, we're showing that we know what we're talking about in an engaging way through video. And then social proof, we're showing people that we have worked with to inspire others to want to have the same experience. So if you see that video that says reassuring on it, that is a client we recently helped get into a home out of 23 offers that became their dream home. They shared a video testimonial, which then shared that story and made other people want to work with us as well. The other two clients you see on the side, those are multiple repeat clients. So the clients on the top, I initially worked with their cousins to purchase their first home. Within a year, because they're crazy and decided they needed something bigger, we then sold that home for them. The client you see there, his brother, we helped purchase a home. And then Matt and his wife, Christine, which you see in the photo, we this year helped purchase their first home as well. And we are able to tell that story on social and generate more referrals. The clients on the bottom, 3-time repeat clients, we helped them purchase their first home, 2 years later, sell that home, and then this year, purchase a new home because they had that cute little baby on the bottom. So when you're sharing these things, people are going to want to have that same experience. Then profitability. So how do we create this cycle of repeat and referral? That is where the personal touches come in. So for us, the touches that we do consistently are our calls. So we make sure to call our sphere quarterly. We use the acronym FROG. So these are how we're basing our conversations: family, recreation, occupation, and goals. So those are the kind of leading questions we're going to be asking people to deepen that relationship, aside from the fact that you just want to be a nice human and catch up with your clients. And then we are using notes. So handwritten notes go a long way. Like we were saying, we're going to talk about how you can leverage, but you still should be following up on those personal conversations with handwritten notes. Items of value. So we do a monthly newsletter with community events. And then we also do pop-bys for our clients. As I mentioned, we do quarterly community events. So Tom was talking about this and he did mention a Santa party. This is a photo of some of our team. Last week, we hosted a huge Santa party at our office. We had over 175 attendees. We benefited a charity. And because of that, we even had a few people come in from visibility lead sources next door that were like, oh, I came because I want to buy a home. So putting on those events definitely does benefit you. And then creating a community. So we're really big on, with these touches, involving our clients with each other. So everyone wants to feel like they're a part of something. We do the same 4 events every year. And we'll have clients now that, 1, are asking us when our next event is, and 2, they've made friend groups within our clientele that they are now coming to our events to hang out with. And then life events for personal touches. So everyone knows people make a move based on life events. So if there is a birthday, someone has a baby, an engagement, a death, we are sending some kind of touch point. So whether that's flowers, a baby blanket, cupcakes, a champagne flutes to celebrate those life events with them. But how do we scale it? So as I mentioned before, you can only do so much as one person. So I built a very healthy referral business as a solo agent doing just these personal touches. But I got to the point where I was run rampant and burnt out, and I could not take on any more because you only have so much you can give. So leaning into smart tech tools, and that is the phrase that Fub coined, so I'm going to run with it because I think it's cute, can benefit your referral business. It gives you leverage, so you can do more in less time. It gives you more exposure, so you can get more impressions faster. Automation. Automation is the name of the game. That is how you take yourself out of it. There's less for you to think about. And then consistency. You can create consistency in your client experience so you don't have to guess how that client is going to be affected. And then data. You can take track of everything you're doing and figure out what works. So some tech tools that we're using now for automating. Calendly, we use this to send to all of our clients for scheduling so that your calendar is automatically integrated and people can book appointments with myself or our partner agents directly. HighNote, this is a program that we use for equity presentations. If you're not doing this already, for your top clients at the end of the year, we do an equity presentation where we give them a presentation on the current equity in their home, which then stimulates further conversation that may evolve to be a selling opportunity. And HighNote, the benefit of that is once you send it over, you are able to pretty much spy on your clients, see when they access it, what they're accessing, to then trigger you to follow up. Our VAs. So this is still staff, but I consider it tech for leverage. We have multiple VAs who are specialized. So that gives us extra manpower at a very low rate that allows us to do these things. Send out cards. This is automated snail mail. So I talked about handwritten notes. Again, I'm not naive to the fact that everyone is not going to do 100 notes every day. So do what you can personally. That's the beauty of the personal touches and technology, is balancing the relationship while also letting tech take over what you can't handle. So Send Out Cards sends out personalized cards. Our VAs do this for us. So we have a VA whose job is really just to scale social media and find those life events. So say one of our clients has a baby and she sees that. She will take the picture of that baby from Facebook, put it on a send out card, and send a congratulatory card from the McLane team. It looks as if it came from me. I did not write it. For HomeBot is automated valuations. I'm sure a lot on here use that, but again, much like HighNote, it allows us to put all of our clients into that system, and then we can engage when we see that they're enacting with the system. Client Giant. So if you're someone who is already doing client gifts, but you have too many you need to do, or you haven't started, Client Giant allows you to automate those client gifts. So clients will get a specialized thinking of you gift once quarterly that is just on plug and play. You don't have to think about it. And then Hit 'em Up is another text system we use. It's for customizable group text. So say we're having an event and I want to make sure that we're following up with our invites. It allows you to go in and send basically a batch text, but say I know someone's kid had a baseball game last week. It'll send the group text, and then I can add a little note that says, hope Timmy won his game. So then it seems more personalized than just an automated text. And lastly, our favorite tool of all. So how do we leverage FUB to maximize our repeat and referral business? Because this is a huge aspect that has allowed us to grow and scale. So we're utilizing our tags a lot. So for tags for different clients, we're putting the source, so where they came from. We use a classification system. So for our past clients in Sphere, we are labeling them with either an A+, an A, a B, or a C. That allows us to do segmented events or to do specific marketing towards each level of client. And then we can also go into geographic. So for example, our local events, we don't want to mismessage and send our client who is across the country a local event to attend. And then we will also tag our agent referral partners so we can send them specific marketing to market for agent referrals aside from just client and sphere referrals. Action plans. So we utilize our action plans to nurture our clients. So for our sphere and past client, we have specific action plans. For our post sale, so obviously people don't remember how you got them, they remember how you leave them. So once we close, we have a very detailed post sale action plan with points of contact so they don't feel like we just closed and then left them hanging. They're getting a touch point, or I'm getting reminded to call them, or our VAs are checking in periodically with that post sale action plan. Our smart lists. So tags also help us create our smart lists. So smart lists identify contacts that you need to follow up with. Because obviously, as much as we automate, we still need to be doing that personal follow-up. Our batch emails. We've been using this a lot outside of MailChimp. MailChimp, we send with the integration for our bigger, so our newsletters or event invites or things that are going to be more detailed. But we've been using, if any of you follow Chet Black, he does this a lot, but very simple, just text batch emails. For example, if we're doing a big open house, we'll use a batch email as an invite. One of our most successful ones we did recently was we had a Twilight open house and we made the subject line, "We'd love for you to come have dinner with us tonight." Obviously, if you see that email, you're gonna open it. And even though most people weren't gonna come to our open house that we had catered and music and all the things, we still got a lot of engagement from that email. Our task lists. So as a team, we always say you live and die by your task list. So that is where these action plan smart lists come into play. And it will give you that detailed list of things that you can just check off for your follow-up. And as soon as that's empty, you can be done for the day. So you don't have to overthink it. I know follow-up for a lot of people is difficult to get themselves to do. I sit down, I go through my checklist, and that takes the thinking out of that. Notes. So when I talked about our frog conversations, the family, recreation, occupation, and goals, when you're having those conversations, we're making sure we take detailed notes in the notes section of FUB so that we can go back and use those as talking points in the future, which make us look like a hero to our client, when in reality, we just have our detailed notes there in front of us. Calendar. So the calendar syncing function is huge for us because it allows us to sync milestones. So we're putting in their anniversary dates, their kids' birthdays, if we happen to know their wedding anniversary, their birthday, really anything personal that serves as a good touch point or reason to reach out, so that it's not just a cold touch of, "Hey, how's it going? Do you know anyone that wants to sell a house?" It's much more impactful if I can call them and say, "Hey, I noticed it's your son's birthday. I just wanted to say, hope he has a great day." That is all I have to share for today. So I know we have some time for Q&A if anyone has questions. And if you send me a DM on Instagram, I will send you our community event or post-sale action plans.
Lauren, I love that one. My favorite was people don't remember how you got them, only how you left them or how you leave them. That was great.
That was funny.
Thank you.
That was a very powerful one. And out of all the tech that you're currently using, which one do you find that you use the most, that people connect with, the consumer connects with the most?
Yeah, so I mean, aside from just the follow-up we're doing within Follow Up Boss, I would say the most impactful is probably our send out cards. People really love getting a personalized card for something they're not expecting. People are used to getting the birthday card, things of that nature. But if they're getting something that says, "Congratulations on your engagement" with their picture on it, they're pretty stoked.
I like that, which goes into your personal touches whole section. So that's beautiful. I like that.
Thank you.
Ricardo,
Yeah, it's
anything
all
you want
about
to add
layering.
there, buddy? We had a ton of questions and participation.
I think the thing that I would add here is I know we asked about VAs. There's a couple of different companies. I know, Tristan, you use a lot of VAs. I think stop thinking about like, what technology do I need? The company almost doesn't matter. How you're going to set yourself up for success is by thinking about your systems and your process and creating those SOPs ahead of time before going out and shopping the VA, if that makes sense. So what
Mhm.
I would do is like sit down and
Mm.
assess the processes in your business. What are the tasks that I'm repeating like almost more than once? If I'm doing something more than once, is it something that you can automate? Is it something that you can delegate? And then sit down and create an SOP that basically says, here's why we're doing this task in our business. Here's the
Mm.
value that it adds to the business. Here are the steps required to complete this task. And then, step one, step two, step three.
Mm.
Record a loom of you completing the task. Here's why we do this task this way. If you have any suggestions for how to improve this task or this process, please recreate the SOP and let me know why you're thinking about it this way.
I love
The
the why.
Well, the thing that I'm recognizing, just on like working on events like FubCon and just trying to be a better like communicator with the team, the thing you have to remember is your context isn't always the other person's context. They're seeing things through a different lens, right? So the more context you can provide to better inform the person on understanding your process or why you view things through your lens, I think the better that collaboration of that relationship. Um,
Yeah.
the only other thing that I would think about is I think a lot about, there was a book that somebody recommended to me and I think it was like The Power of Moments. So I think about a lot when we do events, when we do webinars, whatever, I think a lot about experience. Like, what are you doing to improve the customer experience? If you're a realtor, what are you doing to improve the client experience? Um, God, where was I going to go here?
Well,
It,
this is recorded, right? Because people are
yeah,
asking that they want to see this again. They want to slow it down to catch Lauren's
yep,
outlines. So, Lauren, you'll
yeah.
be sending that out if people reach out to you by
I said
Instagram.
Instagram,
Okay,
but
perfect.
if they want to shoot me an email as well, my contact info is on there.
And
Lauren,
then
I loved what you said about finding the VAs and specializing, having them niche down. So I've got 52, and I
wow.
wanted to share. Ricardo, really quick, if you can hand me over the share button. I wanna
You
just
should,
really quick.
52.
52.
Lauren, can you stop
Wow.
sharing your screen so that
Yeah, I can.
you can
Yeah,
take over?
I guess I'll allow it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, if you look at this, as you start building it out, this is what you'd want to take a look at and say, well, let's go niche, right? And I start identifying what this person does over here, or what this person would do if I'm running ads. This is what Lauren is talking about. So I just wanted to share that so that people can get some clarity as far as what people should be doing with virtual assistants. I'll drop that into the chat there.
Ricardo, you mentioned a book too. The other thing I wanted to say before I take off is Unreasonable Hospitality is a really
Oh,
great
so
read
good.
for client experience.
Amazing. Yeah, that one's so good.